Patrick Mahomes just made history when he signed a 10-year deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this is part two of my two-part series of why I would sign Luka Doncic to a 10-year deal. So if you haven't seen part one, we'll put it in the description down below. Make sure you go watch that and then come back to this one. Now, Luka Doncic, again, he's just 21 years old. The kid is a generational talent. He's leading the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA playoffs right now. But if you were to sign a 10-year contract today and it ended in 10 years, he'd be 31 years old at the end of that, which I get is a little past your prime. Now, is it old? No, absolutely not. But it's a little past your prime. So what I'm going to do in today's video is really stack him up against some of the other all-time greats and what they were doing as 31-year-olds in the NBA to see if it's really worth it to give a 21-year-old a 10-year contract. Now, at 31 years old, you look at some of the players that really Luka's been compared to since coming into the NBA. I know LeBron James and Larry Bird, Dirk Nowitzki, of course, because he is another Dallas Maverick, and Magic. And then on the lesser end, Manu Ginobili. LeBron was still putting up 25 points per game. Larry Bird was at the top of his game at 30 points per game. Dirk Nowitzki, who I'll break down more here in a minute, was at 25 points per game. And then Magic and Manu, 19 and 15 points per game, respectively. But if Luka's still putting up that at 31 years old, give him that 10-year contract today, Mark Cuban. I'm talking directly to you. Now let's talk about the all-time great Dallas Maverick, Dirk Nowitzki. Played 21 years in the NBA, all of them with the Dallas Mavericks. 14-time All-Star. And if the Mavs were able to give him a 20-year contract, I believe Mark Cuban and Donnie Nelson would have done that if possible, because he would have been a Maverick for life. He was a Maverick for life. Now, when he was 31 years old, he played in 81 games. Dirk was really, really durable, despite some people thinking he was not that athletic or he wasn't that durable. He was. 81 games at 31 years old is an incredible feat. Now, that was back in 2009, 2010, the year before the Mavs, of course, won the NBA championship. And Dirk, at 31, was putting up 25 points per game, pulling down more than 7 rebounds, and shooting better than 42% from three. If Luka Doncic is doing anything like what Dirk was doing at 31, give him that 10-year deal today. Now, I want to make this a constant habit here on All Things Mavs, and we're going to start with it in this video. Every time I bring up Dirk, if I ever talk about him, if you ever hear his name come out of my mouth on this channel, I want to see a goat emoji in the comment section below, because that's what Dirk is. He is the GOAT. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So just do that right now. Take a minute, comment section, scroll down, put a goat emoji in the comment section below. If you don't have emojis, just type GOAT. Pay your respects to Dirk Nowitzki. Now let's talk about LeBron James. Arguably the greatest player of all time, one of the ultimate greats, but a guy more so. I didn't want to talk about MJ here because Luka's game is more compared to LeBron James, and what LeBron did in his second year stacks up really close to what Luka's doing in his second year. 27 points per game from the King, 28 points per game from Luka, 7 rebounds from LeBron, 9 rebounds from Luka, 7 assists from LeBron, nearly 9 assists from Luka Doncic. Now, LeBron's got him beat in three-point percentage and a little bit more of an efficient scorer from the field as a whole. So in his second year, LeBron's doing that, very similar to what Luka's doing. But what did LeBron do at 31 years old? Well, he just carried the Cleveland Cavaliers to the NBA Finals and put up 25 points per game, 6 assists, 7.4 rebounds, and shot better than 30% from three. If LeBron can do that at 31, compared to what he's doing right now, compared to what he did as a second-year player and what Luka did as a second-year player, I think that bodes really well for Luka Doncic's career in 10 years' time. Now, am I saying he's going to be a top 2 or top 3 player of all time? No, I'm not going to go there quite yet, but we might get there eventually. I mean, heck, he's scoring more. He's averaging more rebounds. He's dishing out more assists than one of the all-time greats LeBron did in his second year. So maybe, just maybe, he'll get there eventually. Now, we got to look at the top players under 25 right now. You got Luka Doncic, I think, is the greatest player under 25. Jason Tatum is right there. Zion Williamson is well on his way, even though he played in just under 20 games in his rookie year. Ben Simmons has proven himself as a consistent player under 25 years old. Karl Anthony Towns as well. Now, there's other guys I haven't mentioned here, like a Trae Young, who definitely deserves some recognition. But I think these are those top 5 guys right now. So I'm giving Luka Doncic a 10-year contract. If the NBA would allow it, I would do it in a heartbeat. So remember, max contracts can only be for 5 years. But if the Mavs could double that and sign him for 10 years today, I would do it in a heartbeat. So which players in the NBA, maybe you've got more than just Luka Doncic, would you give a 10-year contract to? Let me know in the comment section below. Guys, thanks for tuning in to All Things Mavs, and I'll see you next time.